Hey everybody, welcome to Spikey Saturday number 111 on the Mana Leek. I'm John as always, and we're going to do some more Aether Revolt drafting. We all know it's not my favorite format, but we went 2-1 last week. Let's see if we can get a 3-0 this week. We're going to jump on into this league, and I will see you guys pack one, pick one, which should be very quickly. Alright, here we are, pack one, pick one, and we've got a Yahenni's Expertise, which I think is just going to be the pick, and maybe has $1 of value or so. Probably not, though. This, of course, is a sponsored draft. It's Daniel's first sponsored draft, so every card that I draft here will be going to him. I believe as of recording, there is a single sponsored draft slot left open, assuming everybody renews in March. So if you do want to check that out and become the last draft sponsor, you can always go over to patreon.com/themanaleek. Beyond the Yahenni's Expertise, we have a Maverick Thopterist, which is good. And I did some work with Blue-Red Improvise at F&M draft the other week. But beyond that, things just drop off really quick. We've got Renegade Map, Druid of the Cowl. I think I'm pretty just happy just taking the Yahenni's Expertise. If we end up in black, cool. If we don't, oh well, that's fine. And we've got a mountain down here. So let's take the Expertise. Up next, I'm seeing an Aether Chaser, which I love. Beyond the Aether Chaser, there's also a Poisoner, which goes with black, but Chaser's just better. Spire Patrol, but no real reason to go into blue-white just off of that. Shielded Aether Thief. It's good. Does some work, but I think I just want an Aether Chaser. I mean, I could take a Druid. Black-green is obviously a great color combination to be in, but yeah, Aether Chaser is just ridiculously good. Well, is a second one just as good? I think in this case we might take the Chandra's Revolution over it. Or, well, maybe we just... 2-drops are good. 2-drops are real good in this format. And frankly, just loading up on 2s and 3s can win you a game. I might just take that over the Revolution. It's a close pick. There's also a Bunder. Automaton, Osprey. I think we just load up on 2-drops for the time being. That's obviously not going to go with the Yahenni's Expertise plan, but, you know, we don't have to go black. I like Chandra's Revolution. I've had so much luck with Hyper Aggro, though. Let's go Hyper Aggro. Hey, we get one anyways. But the question is, do we want an Aether Swooper or a Poisoner? Or a Bunder, or a Predicament? I don't think so. I think we just want the Revolution. Sorcery speed, but it's removal. It can take people off lands. It can just be super solid. So, yeah, I think we're just going to take it. I could see an argument for Swooper or Poisoner or Bunder. I have been blown out by this slightly, but I still don't think it's that great. So I'm just going to take the Revolution here. Well, Weldfast Engineer is nice to see. A couple of good white cards. Seems a little, not too late really for these to be here, but if we're already heavily, or not heavily, but if we have a reason to edge towards black, I think I'm happy just taking the Weldfast Engineer. And being black-red, we'd expect to have some number of artifacts. I think I'll just take the Weldfast Engineer here. Yeah, let's do it. And let's head into black-red. Hey, we get a Cruel Finality even. There's also an Implement of Combustion, which I've begrudgingly accepted sometimes goes into some decks. But you need your Steamworks Sprawlers and etc. And if you don't get those, these just end up terrible. There is also a Welder Automaton. But, I mean, Cruel Finality is just straight-up removal. I like it way more than some people do. We can get a Welder Automaton at some point. There's a Hope of Girapur, which I don't care about. White, still looking slightly open, but, I mean, we have pretty good stuff in these colors, so I don't see a reason to jump into white when we have a fully reasonable pick like that. Boy, is 3 Aether Chasers too much? Do we take a Poisoner, or do we just keep the aggro train going? Huh. I think maybe here we take a Poisoner. It's slightly less aggressive, but something we can keep back a little bit while we smash in. Helps with the energy, helps with the servos. We can make some big beefy servos. Yeah. I think I'm fine with that. Boy, passing one of those feels wrong. But do we want 3? No, we want a Poisoner at some point. Well, white is open. White is flat out open. Presumably. Who knows? I've had some weird drafts, and it looks like there's at least 3 potentially new players. Boy. I mean, Iron Tread Crusher is the card that we might play out of these if we end up black-red. Caught in the Brights may just be the, hey, we need to go into this color instead. I guess over black, probably? I mean, white-red doesn't work. I guess we'll take that Caught in the Brights, see what happens. Hey, Steamworks Brawler. How is that still here? Who am I drafting with? All right. Yeah, we'll just take that Steamworks Brawler. Absolutely no question about that. Alley's Strangler or a 4th Bridge Patrol. Prowler, not Patrol. 9th Bridge Patrol, 4th Bridge Prowler. I'm still not sold on this being good. I've still never really seen people do amazing things with it. Yeah, I've had a couple of things killed, but it's never been all that sad to me. It's between those two. We're not taking anything else. Let's take the Alley Strangler. Ravenous Intruder or an Automaton. We'll take the Automaton. Helps turn on the Brawler. It's a fine turn 1 play as well. Do not like Ravenous Intruder, so yeah. Automaton in. We're playing 0 of these cards. Let's take the Counter Spell. I don't think we'll play 2 of these, but we'll take one. Gearpoor Osprey, last pick. It was really just that one pack that felt super open for white, so I don't know. We get a Metallic Mimic, though. Very happy to see one of those. We'll name Human, I would imagine. Human. Yeah, we're taking Metallic Mimic for sure. It's also worth a ticket. There's a Treasure Keeper, which is also very good. A Sweatworks Brawler, which apparently maybe we'll get around, because we did that one. Welder Automaton that we'll get back if we don't get the Brawler back. Yeah, there's some fine stuff in there, but we're taking the Mimic for sure. Ooh, a Vengeful Rebel. Yes, please. What was taken out of this? A common? A common or a foil was taken. Interesting. Yeah, so we've got Vengeful Rebel, Defiant Salvager. I played a black-red deck for fun that I didn't record. I probably should have. I went 2-1, and I just decided to screw around. And I had Wrangles, and I had Karizev's Expertise, and I had Defiant Salvager, and I threatened and sacked so many of my opponent's creatures. It was interesting. I don't super recommend trying it. It was definitely janky, but I did 2-1 with it. Yeah, we'll just take a Vengeful Rebel here. 3-2 for 3 is alright if it's filler, and if we revolt, we probably usually kill something with it. We might get a Precise Strike back. So yeah, Rebel in. And we are black-red. Caught in the Brights can go. Boy, we get that question again. 3rd Aether Chaser? 1st Welder Automaton? Gremlin Infestation, which I have taken and put into decks twice now in the past couple of weeks, and still have never gotten to play with. So I still don't know if it's actually decent like I think it is. And I've never seen people play it either, because of course everybody thinks it's bad. I think it honestly is fairly stab woundish in this format. Yeah, I think we'll just take the 3rd Aether Chaser. And then, will we get anything back here? 2, 4, 6, 8. We'll get back 5 cards. So we might get this Implement back. Maybe even the Welder. Who knows? Aether Chaser in. Okay. Now we fall out of colors for a bit. I don't want to play a Wrangle. I don't want to play that. I've already got one of those. I could play a Schematic. It's not good, and we don't have a way of sacking it. So it's really just a Servo and an artifact to get out just my Steamworks Brawler. That doesn't seem great. I think we'll just take another Strangler here. We're also heading towards a 16-land deck, which I've been playing a lot in this format. I've been playing 16 lands Probably more than 17 lands, to be honest. Yeah, Strangler in. Oh, hey, there's another improvised guy. Iron Tread Crusher. Yeah. Another Poisoner. As much as we want to be aggro, we do need some top end at some point. So I think we'll just take the Enraged Giant here. 4/4 haste that potentially comes out 1, maybe even 2 turns early can be pretty good. So in you go. Siege modification? No. Absolutely not. We are looking at the implement, the Crusher. What crew's the Crusher? That and that. And that. And that's it. Crusher's fine. It's definitely more playable than I expected, but you need... Oh, I guess that obviously crews it as well. But you need to make sure that you are certainly crewing it, and we are not currently certainly crewing it. So I think I will just take this implement. Now we've got nothing. We don't want to play 2 of these. We certainly don't want the 3rd one. I still don't like Resourceful Return. We'll take it here, but it's not going to start in the main deck. Not for me. Fenhauler is another improvise. Probably just what I'm going to take. Frontline Rebels, fine if you are being hyper aggro, but it's not good. Mobile Garrison, I don't see a super reason to play it. I don't really like it. Yeah, Fenhauler in. Hey, Automaton came back, so the Steamworks Brawler did not. That's fine. I'm happy with Welder. Precise Strike came back. You can hang out in the main deck for now, but we still have an entire pack left. Hey, I can try it again, but I probably won't. As much as I think it honestly is good. I will defer to people and leave it in the sideboard and probably not play it. It's not part of my plan, right? My plan is to have this over by turn 5 or turn 6. So at the moment, we're looking at cutting one of these automatons, one of these stranglers, and that's about it that I'm like 100% wanting to cut for sure. Nothing here. We'll take a swooper. We could have taken the Universal Solvent, but I'm not getting to 7 lands. That is not part of the plan. Let's take an Ice Over. Let's take a Prize Fighter. Let's take a land. So what do we want to see? We want to see a Skyship Stalker. We want to see Welding Sparks. We want to see... not a land. It's worth $1.19. Not great. So we are looking at... wow. We are looking at a bad pack. Like, garbage pack for us. We've got an Underhanded Designs, which... maybe we take it, because we're going to have Artifact, 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 Servo, 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 Servo. So it's probably going to be on, and it's flat out removal, which we're slightly lacking. We've got Cruel Finality. That's it. Or no, Cruel Finality and Revolution. Yeah, I guess we'll take it. I guess we'll take it. It's fine enough. And we're not going to splash for Caught in the Brights. Underhanded Designs. Ooh, I think I just discovered... nope, never mind. I thought I had zoomed in by middle mouse clicking and it had reserved the card, but no, it doesn't seem to. So we get an Aetherborn Marauder. I don't think we have any counters. It is still a 2/2 flyer lifelink, which is fine. I guess we'll have counters off the Mimic, maybe. But that is making me kind of just want to go with the Gremlins. That's tough. There's just a tidy conclusion. 13 creatures at the moment. Maybe we do just take the tidy conclusion here. That's tough. That is tough. I feel like this is all a very close pick. If we had more counters, for sure I'd be taking the Marauder. If we were slightly more artifacty, or had ways of making more energy, I might go in for that. But we just kind of get the energy. Each one of these makes one servo, and that's kind of it. So let's take the conclusion. Pyrohelix is fine. Ooh, Foundry Screecher is better. Much better. Yeah, we'll just take this Foundry Screecher here. It's a flyer. It's probably going to be a 3-1 a lot of the time. It's going to be some reach that we may need if the game does go a little bit long. Pyrohelix is fine, but we have a Revolution and a Tie Conclusion and a Cruel Finality and yeah, Henny's Expertise, I guess, and an Underhanded Design. So I think we're good on there. So Screecher in. What's that put us at? 21 cards. Metallurgic Summonings. Boy, you crashed in price, didn't you? Subtle Strike. Subtle Strike. Kind of want another creature. We've got still a couple of more slots. I'm starting to think less and less that we're a 16-land deck, though. Depending on how likely we can improvise these, we'll have to see. I guess we don't have a creature that we can choose, so it is Subtle Strike or Make Obsolete. I guess we'll go Subtle Strike. DePaula is not... Oh, Welding Sparks. Welding Sparks. I asked for you a little bit earlier, and it's honestly surprising to see you here. Much better than Enchanter's Pyrohelix, so in you go. Come on, give me like one creature that is not a Thriving Rats. Skyskiff. I guess we'll put a Skyskiff in the deck for now. But I guess it gives something for the servos to do that I'm making. Yeah, let's put a Skyskiff in. Servo Exhibition. Well, that's a... Ooh, wait, no, I'm not white. Why am I thinking I'm white all of a sudden? Salivating Gremlins is the pick here for sure. Salivating Gremlins. What's the cut going to be? What is the cut? Do we take out the Precise Strike? It is no Built to Smash, that's for sure. Yeah, let's take out that. Gremlins in. Hey, there's the Built to Smash that I was looking for. Built to Smash in Lawless Broker. Yeah, just Built to Smash. That's our plan. Built to Smash replacing what? Preferably not a creature. We could arguably replace that Skyskiff. Let's replace the Skyskiff, bring it in if we find out that we really get stuck on the ground. So Built to Smash in, Skyskiff out. Cathartic Reunion, sure. Not in the main deck though. I think this deck looks decent. And I'll do 16 lands. These are high, but, you know, in a perfect world we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In a perfect world we're going to have 8 artifacts. And all we need is like 2 to turn this into a 4-drop. And this one's going to stick around as long as we want. And I guess that's it. But I think I'm fine with 16 lands here. Because 18 of our 24 cards are 3 or less. Only 6 cards are 4 or more. I think we'll have a good time here. I can foresee a 2-1 at a minimum. Fireforger's Puzzle Knot is not going to make the main deck, I don't believe. It'll be the pick, but it's not going to make the main deck. Demolish for the sideboard. The bad sideboard. Terror of the Fairgrounds for the bad sideboard. Hijack for the bad sideboard. And a Giant Spectacle, which honestly I like in an aggro deck like this, but I don't really see a place for it. I like this. We've got a lot of good removal. We've got some very quick opening aggro. If our opponents stumble for a turn or so, they are dead. And then we've got some ways of wrapping up. Plus a way of resetting if need be. Yeah, we're going to put in some lands. I'm going to say 8-8, 9-7. Because we got black, 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 black. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I can respect 9-7. So let's pop that in, and I will see you guys for match 1 in just a second.